No, what's going on? Howdy. Hi. Here we are. Where are you? Somewhere? Yes? Good? Safe and sane and whatever else. Hey, I'm Alan. Thanks for showing up. Say hello to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
Hey, there's Mary Santora.
Hi, guys. No babies.
And Poundcake is back behind the glass. It is a Monday. It is the 20th of 4. That makes it 4. That makes it, yeah, whatever. You know, these days you need reasons to get excited. You know, David Byrne of the Talking, we could all use some reasons to be cheerful, you know? And he is committing things to record that we might not see otherwise. He goes, hey, here's a guy in Taiwan who did something, I don't know. And, you know, in my own neighborhood, they're sending out, they're doing a scavenger hunt for the kids, right? Where people will put things in their windows and then the kids
Have to drive around or walk around.
Or you walk around the neighborhood and you check them off the list.
There's the gold star.
There's a teddy bear in that window, right?
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it's
like that.
fine.
Yeah.
Sure, get out, some fresh air, some fresh, cold, brisk air.
I like this weather today. 50s and sunny. It's perfect.
Up it by about 25 degrees, and I'm happy.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, yesterday was fine, but it was kind of on and off. I was doing a lot of stuff in the yard yesterday. The yard, because that's all there is to do. Stuff in the yard. And so, boy.
Why are you saying it like that?
I don't. You seem a little
In the yard.
stir crazy today, even on air.
What's Monday?
You cooped a little, I think.
Monday's tough.
Okay.
Because we're always coming back from, you know, this is one way in which people who have been working from home have an advantage on us, right? After a month or so, you might be stir crazy, but you have gotten into some kind of new routine.
Right.
Whereas our routine, save for a few days here and there, it's not really changed. We got this place to ourselves,
Yeah.
doing the show from the friendly confines. Monday, though, after you're coming off a couple of days of doing what everybody else has been doing every day and then coming back, it's I have to recalibrate. I have to re-pressurize for the show. But other than that, I feel fine.
Okay.
I appreciate anyone's concern.
I was talking with my girlfriend about routines and how she's very adverse to routines because she likes things to be kind of chaotic because that's kind of her personality. And so,
Which is what drew you to her.
yeah. And so now that life is kind of Groundhog Day for her, it's really making her nuts. So she's trying to find ways to be more sporadic, and it's just not. She just misses being able to go out and do things.
Yeah, everybody
it's
does.
Just, I mean, it's just, but it's hitting her a lot. Like I'm so lucky to have this because she doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't have anything to do. She's a bartender and a cook. Like there's no job for her to do right now. So she's just losing it.
Yeah, I'm a creature of habit, so I've had to learn as I get older to, especially since I have a small child, you know, I've had to learn to kind of not always grip the wheel so tightly.
Yeah.
I haven't learned that 100%. I probably haven't even learned that. You'd want to ask my wife. I probably haven't learned that even 15%, but I'm a big creature of habit. I have a routine. I find that that's the best way to manage my time, right?
Yeah.
So I have no truck for chaos whatsoever. I don't care for it. It's for other people.
See,
From chaos comes order. That's
I'm
the way I think of
learning
it.
that I have a pretty even mix of both in my life, where when I'm home, because I'm used to being on the road, so when I'm home, I have a very meticulous thing that I, like a schedule I keep to pretty much every single day, where it's like, wake up, work out, eat breakfast, come into the show, go do, you know, at night, do what I need to do as far as open mics, and then I can be completely crazy and sporadic on the weekends. I'm in a new city, I can go, maybe they have a fair, or they have this, or go run through the mountains, and now I'm like, I'm finding that just the routine part of it is easy for me to fall into, but I hate it. Like, I know how to have a routine at home.
Now, why
but
do you
this is
hate it? Because
stupid.
this is kind of what I was getting into with her.
It's monotonous.
But why is that monotony So why does that weigh on you so much?
Because it's boring. You're doing the same thing every day, and it's just like, well, this is, I mean, you don't have anything to look, I feel like I don't have anything to look forward to. It's like, I know I'm going to have breakfast at 10, and then I'm going to read a book, and then I'm going to drink some coffee, and it's just like,
and
there's
even,
no excitement in it.
I think even for people like me who are into a certain routine, everyone has their own routine, but it's in the bigger picture of all kinds of other things going on, right?
Yeah.
You've carved out your routine. When everybody, by and large, kind of has the same routine, that's a very different thing. I think it's inherently monotonous.
Yeah.
So if I were home every day, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. There's only so many things you can do.
Right.
Like around your house. I know there's people who are homeschooling their children and working from home and that whole thing.
Well, what we kind of came to the conclusion was that she's kind of depressed. And I was like, oh, I have so much experience in this realm. So, like, trying to help talk her through her depression, be like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I was like, yeah, and it makes sense. There's a lot of people probably that feel depressed for the first time.
And as someone who's...
Like having that
actual real depression.
Real depression, yeah. And you go, oh, this is crippling.
Yeah, it's as someone who's been there before, gotten out of it, it's scary because the monotony of routine feels a lot like depression. Even if it's not, even if I am working out and doing this, it's like when it comes to those really dark, depressed times in my life when I would just lay on the couch and binge TV and then do that. Like, you know what I mean? Those very monotonous days. Even if they are productively monotonous, it still feels like that dark place a little bit. So it's kind of hard to, I mean, it's like, yes, I am, doing crunches instead of eating chips, or, I'm
different
organizing.
kinds of crunches.
Yeah. Yes, very true.
Not chip crunches.
Not mouth crunches.
Abdominal crunches.
Right.
That's right.
But I can see that for a lot of people where you
and
fall back into it, and it's for someone who's come out of it, it's scary. It's like, I don't want to go down this road again. I don't like myself as that person.
Alan, the only reason I knew it was Sunday yesterday is I was at the grocery store and noticed that the liquor store was closed. Right. That's how you know what day of the week it is. See, my daughter is fortunate. She's 4, and she has days of the week underwear.
Hey!
So it's helpful for me when I get her dressed that I know what day it is because there's a dinosaur that says Monday on it.
Yes.
And that's very, very helpful.
She doesn't get her reminder from Fox 8?
No, she does not. No, but you know what? I mentioned to my wife over the weekend, I said, because I went out, I had to get a couple of things from a home improvement chain store, which I will remain nameless because it was a goddamn madhouse. And I certainly don't want to throw any company under the bus. But boy, people do not care out there.
No.
They do not care.
there's
I had a
definitely
mask on.
Yeah.
Gwen and Nora came with me just for the car ride, right? They weren't going in. I said, let's get out of the house. I got to grab a couple of things, for the house or whatever. So I'm wearing a mask. I go in, I'm wearing a mask. You got to wait in line a little bit. They're it's like a nightclub. That's the same joke everybody's making, but that's what it is. Like they're letting people in when somebody else leaves, right? But there's like employees all working in small clusters. Nobody's wearing a mask. I counted on one hand the people who had masks on, excluding me. There was like a hipster couple that both had masks on, and then a couple of old ladies, and me. Everybody else, place is packed. Nobody cares. No masks, no gloves. They're like talking real close. So I'm like, all right, well, there really are 2 different schools of thought on this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Those are the people who are like, open everything May 1st. Now, it should have been done 3 weeks ago.
Well, whatever.
I need to stop doing that accent when I talk about dumb people.
It tracks. But you can chalk it up to being a Midwestern accent.
Hey,
it's local. You're trying to really
go.
drill down on the locality. But I did mention my wife ago, it's kind of weird. I said, because Nora never met my grandmother because she died before Nora was born. But I'm like, my grandmother was about her age during the Spanish flu pandemic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know how much of that. And I never mentioned that to my grandmother. Hey, what was the Spanish flu like?
Yeah.
Tell me about the Spanish
I
flu.
didn't even know that it was a thing until this happened, if I'm being totally honest.
Never heard of the Spanish flu epidemic.
I probably learned about it in school, but it's not something that I was like
stuck with
oh,
you.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Spanish flu.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It didn't even come from Spain.
Hey.
It's racist on its very face.
Look at that.
Yeah. All right, anyway, listen. As always, I still haven't learned how to start a show. So it took a weird turn from the jump, but whatever, right? We'll figure it all out. We got time. If you want to join us, do so. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. You can send me a text if you like. 35192. To do that, I'll have another $1,000 to help pay your bills coming up at 2:30.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
People are doing everything they can to help out.